Welcome everybody to 48 Talk episode number 65. I am your host, Ray's Bully as always. I'm back with it. And DXTakamina on the right.
What
Derek
the hell
on the
is
bottom
that?
left. And the Canadian guy on the bottom right. Hi.
What the heck? Oh, hey there, Hikaki.
Like everything looks in place except what's up with the Megane, my friend? What's up with the glasses there?
Hikaki probably. Hikaki, a YouTuber.
No, it's just like the glasses they have.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so this is a joke, of course, but basically, here we go. It works. Face color, look. Alright.
Wow.
Yeah. Alright,
Well, I would
get
say,
this stuff out of here.
Okaeri.
Okaeri?
Tadaima.
Yeah, so
happy to have you back.
the reason I'm dressed up like this is because the when I was there, a lot of them wore the same outfits like this. They all wear the glasses, like the big glasses. That's why I got those. And all these types of shirts. I do not know why. It's just the AKB fan who does that. Like the
It's
typical
just
AKB fan.
Okay.
It's very weird to see. Alright, so with that out of the way. Hi guys, I'm back.
Wow.
Good to have you back.
Good to have
Really
you back,
good to have
man.
you
Welcome
Good to be
back.
back.
Welcome back.
First off, guys, you did an amazing job for the weeks I wasn't here. It's just, it was a fun show to watch and to listen to. And pretty long, but still, it was interesting to listen to. So, props to Derek for hosting. You did a very fine job.
Awesome. Awesome.
And thanks for the uploading of the videos, of course, DX, you do the way. And, oh yeah, Yoro is there and doing your thing.
Yes. Also want to thank all of our guests we had.
All the guests, yeah.
Our Haru, Jonathan, Josh, like everybody was really easy to get in touch with, supportive, and definitely it was so much fun to hear all their opinions too. So they filled our gap very nicely.
Yep.
But now you've been missed, man. It was such a great. It's very nice to have you back, and I am dying to hear about your trip. So you should just jump into it. Tell us, like, first of all, your overall thoughts, impressions. Are you going back anytime soon?
I am definitely planning on going back. However, Tokyo is not the favorite part. I was there for a bit.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, when we were stationed first in Osaka, Namba, and I love that city. That's really it's still pretty crowded, but that's the place I really enjoyed myself. When I was in Tokyo for the whole week, it felt too long. It's actually a very gray area, despite all the coloring that's there, like with the buildings. Just the people in Tokyo are more to themselves, and it feels like they have to do this day in and day out. So that was a little saddening to see, but other than that, I enjoyed the hell out of this trip. I'm so happy. Just from the moment I landed to the point I was leaving, just so happy.
So when you actually landed in Japan, what, like, obviously you're like, wow, you're probably like, I'm in Japan, but tell me, like, what was the process like for you as far as like getting to your place, and you went to Osaka first, and I mean, and then what did you do your first night? Were you tired? Give us some detail.
Well, yeah. So the first night we were in Namba. Well, we decided really to go out because I think we were trying to force ourselves to make it late, but we were pretty tired. It's like Gino CX and then Mark, our friend, was there, and they had it rough at that point. They were really tired, and just like we went to like this English pub that like had Carlsberg beer, and we had some horrible pizza. That's the first thing I learned. They don't know how to make pizza.
Yep, it's more like a cracker, yeah. It's more like a cracker, I think.
It's like this.
Yeah, it's like a cracker, yeah.
But it was interesting to see, just like the people are so different compared to what I'm used to, and it's so nice out there. I know that some of them, put on the show a face when you interact with them, but the respect and honor that those people have is amazing, and I wish more countries would learn from that, to be honest.
Me too.
Same here.
And yeah, the first thing I noticed is just how how I'm gonna say this without looking really weird on saying this. I would say the women put more effort in their looks than the Western women, I would say.
Well, that's a given. That's pretty much a given, actually. So I'm really not surprised there.
Everywhere I went, everywhere I go, saw so many just gorgeous, gorgeous women out there.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll notice in Japan. One thing I noticed is like even if a girl's going to like the convenience store, they look awesome. Yep. Like they're not, you know, Western here, especially like in LA, you'll see like girls walking into the convenience store wearing like sweatpants and no socks, their hair like all unkempt, and I'm just like, man, like it's not that I care, but it's in Japan, no, it just doesn't happen.
It's just a no-go. It's just a no-go, pretty much.
Exactly. It's a no-go. I like how you put that, DX.
But yeah, what was interesting with the non-existent Japanese I can speak. I try to survive. Just say good morning and lots of thank you. Of course, arigatou gozaimasu. Lots of sumimasen and just saying ego ii desu ka. That's pretty much enough to know. And just bowing. That's the most important thing, I would say. But I loved it. It's like we just went all the way. We went sightseeing. Even though I would love to see AKB stuff, it wasn't, I think, priority on my mind. Even though I bugged the hell out of Mark and Gino, like, hey, something this and this. Oh, maybe it's this AKB or something K. I did learn a lot about how the foreigners will be treated while going to AKB events or anything related to that. And we'll get to that later then. Well, yeah, so I was first in Osaka, and of course NMB, Namba, so we went to the NMB theater. And
what was that like?
Oh yeah.
So seeing the theater, NMB theater, it was, well, I couldn't see anything. I just saw a sign and a gate
it's all in the ground. It's all in the ground.
And then I first saw my group of Wodas, and was like, they were so energetic but really out of place. And for Japanese people, it's like normal, but seeing it for the first time, I'm like, they're a little bit weird, to say. Energetic, eccentric is maybe a good word for it.
Yeah, could be.
Over time, it did grow on me, so I was like, oh, since it's normal here, then it's like, not that I knew it. Stop it. Yeah, but it was fun on the side because across the NMB theater was another, like a TV station or like a theater where they did those shows, and there was an idol group performing, so that was pretty fun to see.
Cool.
I did not know who it was, but they did a variety show, and it was pretty fun to see. Yeah, and then just seeing the city lights was amazing over there. Let's see what else on that side.
You headed to Kyoto and Nara?
Yeah.
Did you go to Nara?
Yeah, we went to Nara because that's a video.
Yeah.
Because everybody, and I mean everybody, especially in the comments, wants to know about your experience with the deer.
Okay.
Please enlighten us.
Okay, so there were a lot of deer, of course, and it's pretty fun to see how the people get the food is very cheap, and then they give the cookies, and if you just relax, then the deer will also be relaxed. If you run, of course they're gonna chase you because you have food. So yeah, with that video it was pretty funny because we want to see a reaction, and for some reason the deer just had an itchy nose, and after I fed it a cookie, it just sneezed on me. It's like, what the?
Wow. Just wow.
I'm like, what the hell? And later on, another deer got annoyed, so it bit me in my legs. It's like big bruise over there. It's like, oh, come on. I saw a woman get bit in her butt very hard by a deer, and she screamed out, "He died!" Yes, that hurts when there's a deer in your butt. But Nara was amazing. It's just fun to see, just even the temples alone, to see that the giant Buddha statue, of course. It made some people laugh because there was like a thing you could crawl into, like a pillar. And I stood there, and people in line were waiting, and they looked at me like, "Is he gonna go try it?" And I then looked and just went, "Nope, I'm too fat." And then they just stumbled and laughed like a variety type style. So that was pretty good to see. Okay, one more thing, and then we're just keeping it on AKB Talk. Sorry, people, if it's really off topic. With the going out, like in pubs and staying like that, the interaction, seeing how how the dating course go, or like trying to flirt, or it's like in Netherlands, or maybe I know in American as well. When a female doesn't like you, they tell you. They're like, just buzz off or just whatever, go away. In Japan, they make sure you don't exist. They just like, it feels like you're not there, you're a ghost. They don't even sense you. And every time I saw it, it gave me chills. It was so cold. It was just
what do you mean? What do you mean?
So a guy was trying to hit on a girl, and then the girls just flat out ignore him. Until the point he leaves or does anything. So it's more, and it was just amazing to watch, and it happens so many times. The women are, as long as they're interested in you, they'll still interact. The moment they lose interest, you're gone. You don't exist.
Hold on, are you talking about foreigners hitting on Japanese girls?
No, Japanese men hitting on Japanese women.
Okay, so what I'm thinking you probably are referring to is, it's not so much the nampa, but it's like, there's a lot of, for example, hosts that will try to get girls to come into their clubs, and they're endless in making that happen, they're all out in the streets.
No,
You're not talking about
that. We're in the bar, in the British British hub.
Okay.
And,
that's all different.
Well, it's like in different locations, but for an example, was there, and it just. At one point, you see them hanging out, and they're laughing, having time, and in the other moment, gone. Just, they left.
Yeah.
Nothing happens, nothing interesting. There was one interaction, and if I approached them, or just interacted with them more, maybe something would have happened. I don't know. But one night, these two women came to sit next to us, and we were watching Hashin Tigers, of course, because in Namba. Yep. And it's a pretty exciting game, because it's almost the season is almost over, I believe. And at first, her back is against me, so I only see her back. It's just she's not interested. But at one point, she hears us and she hears us laugh and joke, and she suddenly starts to turn around a bit. So it's like, and now she's just sitting next to me, and just we're smiling, a little talking. At one point, a guy comes up, and he's trying to hit on them, come on, let's drink, yeah, and just like, and then they give him the cold stare, just you don't exist. At one point, the waitress comes over and says, "Sir, you need to leave. You're bothering the women," and he leaves, saddened like this. And because I'm watching baseball, and for some reason this came on my mind, I just looked at the girls, they looked at me, and I went, just,
wow,
and it got such a reaction. And I never expected this. My face went completely red because I was like, Hasaka, she's like embarrassed. Like, I didn't know that joke went that far and went that well, received that well. and just like, they were laughing, and even the waitress was laughing. And all of a sudden we started the connection, think, oh, maybe I should talk to him. Another guy shows up. And I'm speaking English to this one girl who knows a little bit English. And I say, what's going on right now? So she tells me, well, this guy is not hitting on us. He's telling his friend recently got dumped, and we look at his friend, and he's looking sad at his phone, and he's asking us if we can, cheer up his friend. He'll buy us drinks, and we just need to laugh at his friend's jokes, and keep him happy, keep him upset. And we see them sitting over there, and they give such a variety style laughs. Over the top laughs, but the guy is not looking at his phone anymore and just enjoying himself. And all of a sudden, let's go to karaoke, and they leave. And before they leave, they do like bye. And I'm like, damn it. Still, it was a fun experience to see. Just very interesting how the dating service goes over there.
I would definitely say that your experience, though, as far as I'm concerned, is pretty normal for like foreigners that go over that don't speak Japanese. Sometimes all it takes is one little connection, like you just had, and if one of those girls had been fluent enough in English and she wanted to speak to a foreigner in English, you probably would have had a date that night. You probably would have had somebody to talk to and have fun with, because That's all it takes sometimes is just people bumping into each other like that. And plus, you're a nice person. When I was around you in the Netherlands, one thing I noticed about you, Ramna, is A, you like the ladies, and B, you're very, very polite and you're a gentleman. So I think because of that, Japanese women, if they could speak English, would probably love you. So I just wish maybe you had met somebody in that bar or another encounter where you could have had that happen, because I guarantee you probably would have came back and like, guess what, I gotta go.
I need to learn a lot more Japanese, and I'm actually going to start, actually putting more effort in learning Japanese, because
it encouraged you to do it, right?
Yeah.
You were there. You were like, I gotta. Look, Yayo's learning.
Yep.
Yeah, I have no clue what that says. All right.
Don't worry.
Anyway, so that's really good. Let me ask you one thing before you get into AKB, because I'm really dying to know this. I wanted to ask you this when you were there. So did you prefer on this trip the more cultural Japanese stuff, like the temples, the atmosphere, the milieu, or did you prefer more the WOTA stuff? Because you did end up getting into some pretty cool WOTA stuff, which you're going to talk about. But I'm just curious which one you preferred.
I like the not seeing like all the sights. I saw the sky tree in the distance. We were actually very close by where we were staying, and I saw the tower. And I didn't have the feeling, you know what, I need to see it up close. Or even like some of my friends, oh, we're going to the temple, this or that, or we're going to this. And I didn't feel like it. I rather just walk around. And there was this one moment I was in Yokohama, I believe. And, the NMB concert, couldn't get in, no chance of getting in. So you know what, I'm just going to walk around. So I left the central area of Shin Yokohama. And then I went in a classic look, and I posted that picture just, this is what happens when I don't plan stuff. It's just like wander around, and I see the sunset, going in, and you see this typical road you see in all like in the movies and in dramas, animes, whatever.
Awesome.
Just you see a schoolgirl going home, and there's a football trading happening, and it's just this felt like the real Japan to me at that point, and it's like this is what I love. And the sites, the tourist thing are great, but I really love to see the real side of the country, and that was just an amazing moment to experience.
Nice, very cool. I was curious about that, because there's a lot of things like that I experienced in Japan. I'm sure DX say the same thing. Yeah, like where you don't even realize it, but you're like, wait, I'm in Japan, and then it like kind of takes you. I went on that boat trip in Yokohama Bay with my friends, and it was at night, and everybody was dressed in kimonos, and the girls were dressed in kimonos, and some of the guys dressed in yukatas, and we were all just getting drunk, free food, lots of chicken, it was delicious, and best time ever. Best time ever. They had an idol group performing, some like unknown group on the boat, and it's like one of those moments you don't plan for, but when you have it, man, you don't ever forget it. So I'm glad you had that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really glad you did.
There was actually when I went to Odaiba in the evening, I saw a lot of people in yukatas, and I'm thinking, is there an event somewhere happening? And I'm thinking, why would you go to Odaiba in a yukata? So I'm looking up. Apparently, on, I don't know what day it was actually, but on specific days, there's a boat, like a giant boat.
Yeah.
And it's all you can drink. And I think there's some food in there. It's 2,600 yen to get in there. So that's just to get in there. So it's okay. But if you wear a yukata, 1,000 yen goes off, so it's 1,600 yen.
Hey!
Nice.
So that's why they were heading over there, and it looked amazing. And then the boat, I think, eventually goes, on a little tour over Rainbow Bridge, and it's. By the way, I learned that you guys know Mario Kart 64, the old school game.
Yeah.
So Rainbow Road is actually the metro line or the train that goes to Odaiba. That's the exact line. You make the circle and all the straight line.
The Yurikamono line.
It's called the Eureka Moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly that road. So it's just pretty funny to see. And Rainbow Bridge is there, and you see the Ferris wheel all right over there.
Did you see the people in Mario Karts like in Shibuya?
Oh no, it wasn't Shibuya. It was actually Akihabara.
Oh, you saw him in Akihabara? Yeah, like, because I was in Shibuya, like, so many times the Mario Kart people, like, because you can rent them, and you and your friends just ride them around, and, like, you're literally, like, dressed up like Mario and stuff.
Yeah, but they ride around in the streets. I'm like, oh, that's another thing. There's, like, people on bikes just,
everywhere.
on the sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
And then you have to walk left everywhere, except in Namba. Then it's like,
yep, free for all.
Yep.
Free for all.
Yep.
It's like, so we learned like, okay, everything's on the left side, the rows on the left, but in Namba you have to, like, or in Osaka in general, I think you have to walk on the right.
Yep.
I heard so many times, by the way, Nandeyane. Like, every time I was on the subway or anything, you see like two girls, and one looking at the phone, and the other one just says Nandeyane, and it's like, kept on going. I saw the typical Osaka grannies with the candy.
Yeah.
Oh god. It's pretty fun to see. I really loved Osaka. I really loved being there. But yeah, so I was in Osaka, and I was planning on Tuesday to go to the train museum. Except, for some reason, on Tuesdays the train museum is closed, and I learned that while I was heading for Nagoya. So it's like, oops.
Oh.
But hey, there's something else in Nagoya. In Sakai, I'm saying.
Right? Yep, Sakai. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah!
Hey!
SK
no getting?
So we have Oh, you can't see it. Reona Ida and Risako Goto.
Oh, Goto.
Nice.
Food was okay there. It's
being nice.
No, it's definitely better than I'll get to that other cafe. But so the SK Theater, there was a show apparently in the evening, and we just showed up, so there was already a line. And this is already the first thing I noticed. When they saw me and my friend Mark, they had like, what are you doing here? You know, that feeling. They're like, you're not supposed to be here. Even when we went to the cafe, and apparently you can only drink for 60 minutes, and if you eat, you have 90 minutes. And then you have to leave. Think, all right. The shop. Another thing. I bought a lot of stuff, but I could have bought more. But I didn't feel like I need to buy all this stuff, like all the posters, all the things, all the merchandise. I was looking for certain things, and that was, nah. So I got down in the theater. There's a giant bus there where they serve the food. They have some theater showings, and it's pretty nice to sit there. Again, the waitresses, you know, they gave a look, but they were still helpful because it's their job. And it was a pretty okay dinner. That's it. Yeah, from what I saw from the theater, it's nice. Didn't feel all that special, to be honest. Not compared to the other theaters. So yeah, SKC was short, but pretty interesting, I would say. But yeah, let's get to the main topic then.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
He's got to close the door.
Wow.
He's having a party over there. Alright, let's see what he wants to say.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yo.
Yo, what's up?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. At least you got in the SKE theater. So I only was in the gates.
No, I was not in the theater itself, just the gates open there.
Mine's even closed though. Like I had the whole picture with the gate. I'm like, why?
I was more of timing to be unlucky that. Well, yeah, Osaka was very nice, and I want to definitely go back there again. That's definitely on my list. So then we headed off to Tokyo. And by the way, the Evangelion Shinkansen, they say it's a rarity. We saw it 3 times. And,
wow.
And even Gino ZX and Mark went on the Evangelion, and interesting on the inside. There's a lot more to see. The doors are like, they have numbers, and there's like display specials. So like you have a whole tour while you're in a Shinkansen headed to somewhere. But yeah, so that was fun to see the giant purple Shinkansen. Yeah, so we went to Ryokoku, and where the sumo tournament was happening as well, I believe, and even Mark went there. Sumo is not my thing because it takes too long for a match to happen, I believe.
Yeah, that's the whole procedure involved. Yeah.
The whole ceremony every time, and then they can even decide a little more salt, you know, and then the guy did it. Okay, there was one guy I watched it on TV, and it's like he threw the salt 3 times because he didn't feel like it's
purified enough.
Yeah, purified. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. And then he did a false start 2 times. I'm like, just wrestle. That's just like, and then I see people sitting on the front row, and then you have this giant guy falling on. Yeah, so much fun. No, never. But yeah, the Yokoku is nice. We stayed in the Yokozuna hostel, and that I'll recommend that place to anybody because the staff speaks full English. Okay. They are very helpful. The only thing I didn't like is the bed. The bed is horrible to sleep in. I did not have any good night of sleeping there because the mattress felt like a rock at sometimes. Just
okay, that's hard.
Yeah, it's very hard to sleep on there. But yeah, it was a minor detail. Just there's a nice kitchen lounge where everybody sits, and we had one night where I watched Music Station. And nice. There was like this. They said it was 24 hours. Turns out it was a 10-hour broadcast. Cool. But there was this Japanese couple, and they were very impressed that I knew the artist, and they're like, "How do you know so much?" Like, I watched a lot of stuff. and
oh boy.
They were impressed that I was a fan of AKB and Keiha and Nogi and stuff like that. So it was very enjoyable.
Very cool.
Yeah, so the hostel is definitely recommendable. But yeah, so the first thing I did, I went to Akihabara just straight away. I was like,
of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Main target.
So what was that like? Yeah. What was that like?
How was the impression, man? We need to know, man.
Overwhelming.
You go out the electric exit, and yeah, I mean you're
like.
Oh wow.
Well, I think a lot of people saw that picture. That's now my header as well. Standing in front of. You arrive at Akihabara, and then the first thing you of course see is the cafe. And then it really hit me. I saw already NB Theater. I saw the Ski Theater, but seeing the cafe alone just overwhelmed me. It was like I'm actually in front of this place. Right now. Just amazing to see, and yeah, it's crazy. Then we saw a lot of Lamborghinis and Mario Kart, and just crazy, and just this whole line of a lot of maid cafes or mates who were trying to get you into the maid cafe.
Yep.
I did not go into a maid cafe because it's just you pay a lot for this over the top attention. That's Boriko is not a style I personally like. I get it when Iwatate Saho does it. It's pretty funny. And oh yeah, by the way, the one person I saw everywhere, and I mean everywhere, even Shibuya, the biggest in the 109 poster, and then on the cross street she has another building with a poster on it.
Yeah.
Rola. She
really?
is everywhere.
Oh wow.
Like in
like
every
a business we watch, yeah.
In every subway there's a commercial on her. Diana is then the commercial. In every ad, everything. You see a lot of Rola. And there's like people, it's like, I'll get to that later. But I have some gripes with Americans, and not hitting you, Derek. It's
okay.
I'll get it right away. Okay. So the biggest thing that frustrated me is, and I get why some Japanese people don't like foreigners, is because the way the Americans act. It's like if the American is not educated a little bit about Japanese culture, they're horrible. They are so rude. They don't know. They don't follow. They don't care. And there were these 2 guys from San Francisco, and we're talking about Rola and how she's like this, big icon. And there's like, oh, she's not that pretty. She's pretty much a 7 in SF. It's like, okay. And you just insulted like a big stuff like that. And they always say arigato and just. Stuff like that. When we were in the shop, I was just normally helping, like nodding to say there, even though you don't need to. And then after I need to ask questions, sumasen, stuff like that. Then this foreigner guy comes in, and he's like, soundtracks. I need soundtracks. And he starts speaking slowly. Soundtracks. Do you understand? It's like, you are so rude, and I think
wow.
And then still they serve you very nicely. I mean, they have to take a lot of that in Akihabara, of course, just because of the tourist area. It's just a lot of moments. I was thinking, these two American girls, and they were like, why is no breakfast in this hostel? It's like, because there's a kombini right there.
Yeah,
right there.
Take 10 steps and you're at the company.
There's a bakery right there. You can get food anywhere. Oh yeah, we've been eating McDonald's the past couple of days, and then I'm just
God.
like, all right, I've eaten McDonald's there as well because they had some great value with the Big Mac stuff, so it was pretty fun to see there. But yeah, if you're eating a couple of days breakfast at McDonald's, then you're not trying.
Not trying at all. No.
And it's just okay.
So, well, before you go on, I totally agree with you. It's the part of being in Japan where I don't want to feel like I'm a weebo or an elitist, because it's like, you know, I really do try to disassociate myself from any foreigners or tourists that I see there. It's nothing against like people from America or anything. But it's exactly what you said. I'm almost embarrassed when I see it. Like when I was in Asakusa, which, you know, pretty popular tourist spot, and all these idiots are walking on the wrong side of the sidewalks, and it just causes such a problem for Japanese people and the people that know to walk on the right side, and you're not right as in left, you know. But what I mean is like, it's just like Japanese people, you know, are very tolerant, much more than I think I would be if I lived there, and so that's going to be for me my big challenge when I move there, is not wanting to just lash out at people, but just try to be helpful instead. Be like, look, hey, maybe you should walk on this side. Hey, maybe you shouldn't be such a dick. Oh, sorry, when you go to a store. Sorry, I mean, I'm just saying.
It's fine.
Basically, like, I totally get where you're coming from, and it does bother me, but at the same time, I've also experienced on the other side too, where Japanese people are just as ignorant and rude, you know, because I told you, like, I experienced flat out racism at, you know, the Tokyo Idol Festival. Flat out racism. It wasn't even subtle.
Oh yeah.
I'll get to that with the racism part.
But yeah, so go ahead.
The thing is,
I understand what you're
I would say the Japanese are a proud people of their country, but they take their values very strongly. And you know, the tourist areas, they are very open to that. But once you go out of a little bit of a tourist area, you can definitely tell they don't like foreigners. They don't like people from their country because they have this feeling. And sorry, I do blame the Americans on this side. Is they felt like the foreigners are so disrespectful to the country. Why should I just interact with them? But because I had interactions and I showed respect, they gave respect back because, oh, this guy knows a little bit on how things are, or he's not a rude prick or anything on that side. So, but yeah, it's definitely there, and there are a lot of people in Japan, and hopefully their mindset will change. But a lot of people have ruined it because of being so rude and, you know, ignorance to the actual culture when you're on vacation there. But yeah, that's another thing to get into. Alright, I think we're already in a half-hour mark, and I haven't even touched a lot of AKB stuff. So to the people listening, I'm sorry. You know, it's like just experiencing my first time, and we'll get into the AKB stuff right now then. Okay, so I'm in Akihabara, and saw the cafe. And then, of course, I went to the Don Quixote to see AKB48 theater. And I did great timing because there was about the show about to start. And Japan is weird, I would say. That's the other thing. Is like all their stores. It's like you need to look up to see where you want to go. Actually, and they don't advertise their store that much. You just need to see like this little sign over there. It's like, okay, this is now in this building. It's somewhere on the 10th floor or something. So I went into Don Quixote, and it's like, okay, then you have the pachinko stuff. A lot of pachinko. Oh my god, there's so much pachinko.
Did you win it? Did you win it though?
I went in. I didn't play because I don't understand it, and I believe when you win, you don't get paid cash. It puts on a card.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so what you don't get money. You get like usually it's these little balls or something, and then you take it over to a store and exchange it. Because in this way, this is how they get around like
so
the
gambling. The gambling law pretty much. Yeah.
Right.
So
basically.
So you get the balls, you get the prize.
Or you get you get a prize. And then you redeem it.
Yeah, and you redeem the prize outside the building pretty much. That's how it works.
It's funny. So every pachinko machine has like this whole movie to it, and it's like this and this is happening, and when this happens. So it's pretty fun to watch. I watched someone play Tiger Mask, and it was insane. Yeah. So that first floor was the pachinko hall. Then you get up. Then you have like a drugstore.
Yeah, don't kill it.
Then we're at a place. Next floor is like selling bicycles. Like, how do you get that down? I don't think if you buy a bike. Halloween stuff, of course. What up?
There's elevators in Don Quixote.
Yeah.
So.
I know. It's just more like, it's inconvenient if you buy something like that.
Okay.
Then there was a maid cafe, and then there was the devil machines. I'm good at crane games. I'm very good at crane games. It's one of my things I can do.
Yeah.
Those things are made by the devil. These are really these claws and this thing with when you blink, you're cutting. It's like no. I actually spent a little too much on that, trying to get maybe some AKB stuff.
Really?
The biggest thing I hated, there was this AKB like you can get the special dolls, I think, from AKB.
Yeah, the Chanrio one.
And it's a machine, and it goes like this. This is a pointer, and it goes. Then you need to bring it like this, and then go up, and it goes in this small hole.
Yep.
I swear, at one point I was dead on, and then the machine did the wall behind itself. It went, just lowered itself, and then punched it back, and I'm like, you, no. Devil machines, I say. Yeah, so okay, then you have like all the arcade machines. I didn't play actually. I didn't even touch one game, and there were so many fighting games, and there were like a lot of this fun stuff. But I skipped it. I didn't feel like I want to play. And here we go. I came into the 8th floor.
Theater. Yep, the theater. Here we go.
And well, the staff over there. It's funny that all the staff have numbers over there. They looked at me and they were like, "Oh, okay. Well, normally you see a lot of people walk in, just to view sites. But I was hanging around, and they were like, why is he hanging around?" But well, it wasn't like a rude interaction. And by the end of the week, when I went so many times to the theater, they were like, there he is again. And then they were actually smiling. They were like happy to see me. Yeah, so I'm at the theater, and that was the moment I'm like, oh my god, I'm so close. And I asked for a picture, and it was okay to take a picture. I didn't. You can take actually a lot of pictures except for the screens.
Yeah, you guys not allowed.
Nope.
Yep.
So I was very happy to take that picture over there, and the guy tried to step out of frame. Very nice of him, or he's not allowed to be on the picture. He didn't step totally out of frame. Sadly, my phone is a little bigger than that. So he's on there. Oh well. Then there's like this whole shopping area, and I was going to experience my first theater show. Now I didn't get a picture of that, but every theater show has like pictures.
Yeah.
And I actually for proof, and just because it's also Team 4. Can you see it?
Oh, nice.
Very good. Very awesome.
Nice.
So this is from Shibuya Nagisa's birthday stage.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
The one, I got so angry. The one Team 4 performance, the one Team 4 performance there is there, and it's like, yay, Team 4. A lot of people are liked. Where's Nachan? Where's where is Mako?
Absent.
Where is Dori? No, Saya was there.
Oh, okay.
It was just these three. Just the three I like. Still, I saw Komi, I saw Saho, and Nozawa Reina, of course.
Of course.
Nice.
And Riyama Yuri. So that's already amazing enough. And yeah, so we're standing in the lobby, and a lot of people show up, and they stand because you're not allowed to sit during the show. They really bench off the benches. And yeah, I heard my overture for the first time, and it was just a great feeling. And sometimes someone went to the bathroom, so the door opens. But they panned it out so much because you can't see anything unless you're lucky enough. At that moment, there's someone on the side dancing, and there was one moment I believe I saw Saya doing, with a song on the side. So it's like with the what's the song called? Jelly Beans, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Jelly beans, something like that. So I saw, got really lucky. So I saw her, and it was a great feeling, just seeing them. And I went there for I think 3-4 shows because, yeah, at the end of the evening, I'm like, instead of going out, I'm like, I'm gonna see a show, then I'm gonna have some dinner and just go back to the hostel and just hang out over there. But yeah, that's where I got this one first.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
And then, yeah, was so kind enough. Hey, the new light stick is on sale right after I bought it. The new one has 12 colors. Yay, I got 7 colors. Still. It was pretty fun to see. But yeah, seeing the people over there, and then eventually the staff recognized me and they were smiling, And I told them last night, and they were some of them were a little bit like, "Oh, you're leaving." Like, "I'll be back." that was pretty nice of them to just give that, and they were very informative. If any question I had, I did see one night I saw the Aoki-san, saw him
nice.
Running around because he rushed to the stage because there was some announcement, and that was pretty good, cool to see. It's like, hey, you're pretty deep in AKB48. So yeah, I walked around because the shop they have some pictures to sell. Of course, I went to the shop and bought the Sukinanda CD.
Of course.
Nice.
Nice.
Again, I bought the wrong one
because the handshake.
I bought the one with the handshake ticket. So I got this and no picture.
Wow.
Still, I gave my handshake ticket to Andy when I saw him.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
So that's pretty nice. But
what was it like meeting Andy?
Yeah.
I'll get to that because that will leave the story. Yeah. So I bought a few CDs, and this is the thing that was really amazing to me. So when I say I buy a few CDs, I bought a few CDs because there's a thing called the Book Off. And I love that place.
Yep.
Book Off's awesome.
Because they don't... AKB fans in Japan, they don't give a crap about CDs. And it's really cheap. It's like, so this one is, is the new one, so I did pay full price for that. But yeah, so I got Be My Baby.
Nice.
I had to buy this one. I got Influenza, Nagasaka 46. And I got Nige Mizu.
Oh.
So pretty good at. Happy with this one. I bought the Keyakizaka album.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very nice.
I saw also a lot of places with DVDs. Expensive. Oh my god,
Yeah.
the DVDs are so expensive.
Yep.
On my last day there was a the Nachan photo book came up, and the BLT Keyakizaka special, and I'm like, I'll just order them from CD Japan eventually. I got
Refrain.
I've been listening to that a lot lately for some reason.
That's
my
very,
very first CD I ever bought in Japan.
Nice. And even though you guys don't like it, I don't hate it. Kimi wa melody.
Oh god.
Melody. Natsukashi.
Yeah.
Waste of money, lots of money wasted. No. Anyways, no kidding.
And Yeo, for some reason, I also bought a Love Trip CD.
Oh, cool.
No.
Which time? Which time?
No, it's more like it was a different version than the one that you sent. But I was like, idiot! I already have I had this stack of Love Trip CDs. Wait, did you send me?
That was not Love Trip though.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was Love Trip. You sent.
Wasn't that Shoot Sign?
You sent.
Shoot Sign.
No,
you sent.
And Love Trip. You sent.
No, that's
that was the album.
I think I put Subasa.
No. I can get it right now, but.
I didn't buy Love Trip though. I don't have any Love Trip at all. Like I'm telling you, I didn't buy any Love Trip.
Derek, you're the one. You gave me love trip. I'm sorry, Derek.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing. I was just waiting for you to realize the error of your way because I was about ready to just show you. Wait a minute. Did you forget somebody else was thinking about you when he went to Japan and got you stuff? Oh no, I guess not.
Gomenasai. Yeah, but I bought Love Trip again, so it's like, oh, I gave it to Gina CX. Because he also wanted Love Trip, I think. So yeah, the book off is amazing. And then I went to a recommendation thanks to Cristafari. I went to Akihabara.
Oh, yeah.
Who
did you see? Who did you see?
What do you mean, who did I see?
Was it Akihabara a stage, or am I confusing with Perms?
No, this is a store.
Oh, I thought it was Perms, sorry.
So I bought a little bit, you know, photo stuff. Lots of photos for 54 yen. That's cheap. Yep, a few ones were a little bit more. Techi is expensive. Oh my god, Techi is so expensive.
Of course.
There's no, but yeah. So I got yay.
Oh yeah.
And I got hee. Now I'm happy with that.
Not the Nachan!
Yep.
That's expensive.
Yep.
No, I got it for very cheap actually.
What? Really?
A bit.
What Robin is doing is he's demonstrating the classic Dutch frugality that we all come to know and love about Dutch people. Very, very frugal with their money. Very careful. With
I'm on a budget. I didn't have a lot of money.
Exactly. Always on a budget.
But yeah, so
I love it.
I got a few.
Oh, nice.
That's super cheap.
Oh yeah.
Lots in Nazawa. Oh,
there was another store.
Doubles.
I went to what's the store called?
You have doubles.
Dokos what?
Doubles.
No, there's no doubles. This is a whole set.
Pictures. Oh wait, it's just probably different posts.
Yeah, different poses. No, you ask the same thing. It's like no. But I went to another store. What's it called?
Liberty?
No, it started with a T. It's not Target. It's called
Trader.
And they had a sale on AKB pictures on a Saturday, half off everything. So there was a whole set with Nozawa in, and I bought it for half off.
Nice.
Yeah, this one. I like this one.
Oh, look at that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love Trip.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And I'm very happy I got these. So I'm going quickly through them.
Good.
These are
wow.
Senkyo, Macharin, Nozawa.
Thank you.
By the way, she said, look, I'm going, what was this? I will be on my way to LA. She was literally on her way to LA when she made this. Mahon. Sadly, I did not get Nachan.
Oh.
Sadly, you did not get any Tani. I'm very disappointed.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Come on.
So. Yeah, it's wrapping something.
Very cool, Rob. Those are some good finds, man.
Oh, you got those.
Oh, nice.
That's a bigger one, though.
That's such a sexy picture, bro. I love it.
Let's see.
Very good. Very nice.
Wait,
dude,
did
you totally killed it.
What?
Did you buy the 1,000 yen packs or something? Like you get random pictures for 1,000 yen?
Yeah. It was pretty nice.
That's good, though. That's fun.
That's the thing. It was half off. So I got for 500 yen.
Oh!
But yeah, I'm happy with this one, though. Look at Maggie.
Oh yeah.
Hello. Hi, Megadon.
Hello.
How are you?
A little blurry. Yay. So that was fun. I'll be back there and buy a lot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, GNCX went to Hakata because he wanted to see the Hawktown, how it was going.
Yeah.
And well, they're still busy with it. You got me this.
Boss.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
And also there was a daily Yamazaki. Am I saying that right? Mm-hmm. They had the cakes, so we also had like a little cracker thing and got.
Nice.
Oh, that chocolate book, Bikuriman Choco.
Yeah, it's pretty okay. I had a good time in Akihabara, and I went also to different places. I went to Shibuya and saw, of course, Hachiko, and there's now DLC with a cat. There apparently there's a cat staying under that.
Yeah. Sometimes the cat is there, like DLC.
To be honest, the sidewalk, the Shibuya walk, it's crowded, of course, but it's so well constructed.
Organized.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like too busy at moments. But Shibuya was fun. Going out was insane in Shibuya. Went to
Where did you go?
We went to Gas Panic. Oh.
Why Gas Panic?
There?
I told you should go to. I told you should have gone to Camelot or Womb.
Gas Panic? Oh.
Why Gas Panic of all places?
So
Shibuya's my favorite place. Like,
it was fun though, because it's a very good spirit. You come down there, it's a big guy, and it's like, get a drink. It's like I was planning to anyway. And we got a drink, then we were let in. And for some reason there was a pole there, like, so I did pull-ups, and people were like, oh, and then a guy was trying to show off and did quicker. It's like, yeah, I weigh a little more than you. So that was pretty fun. It's weird to see everything interact. So you see people coming from work, like even schoolgirls still going out. There was like this magic show busy, like this whole crowd watching a guy do card tricks, like weird. The red light district over there. We saw a place called Fight Club. It's like there was actually an octagon there, and people were fighting while people are sipping their drinks. It's like, okay. Shibuya was nice. I think the 109. There was definitely clothing I wanted to buy. 6,500.
At 109.
At 109 for men.
I was gonna say, good luck buying anything there. It's so expensive. But you know what's weird? I go every time on Shibuya. I always make it a point to go all through it and just pretend like I have money, because I like talking to all the people, because they'll come over, and as soon as they know you can speak some English or Japanese, they just like assault you with like trying to get you to buy stuff.
Yeah,
like, you look so nice in this. I'm like, dude, it's like $500. I ain't buying this, but okay, thanks.
Yeah, try it on. Look great on you.
Actually, I have a personal experience on that one, because when I went to Japan 2 years ago, I wasn't expecting to go clubbing at a certain day, and I really didn't have any clubbing clothes, fancy clothes for clubbing, for going to a discotheque or something like that. So I went to the 109 too, and I have a favorite shop over there, Transform, and I went in there, and I had a set budget of 300 euros, or about 350,000 yen. So I went to the clerk and said, can you recommend me something for this budget, 45,000 yen? So I got a nice cool jacket, a nice cool shirt, some nice trousers, some accessories. He hooked me really up, because usually the normal worth of those clothes were about 45,000 yen, but I got the discount pretty much. So
that's awesome.
I only paid for 35,000 yen.
It's very stylish though. Like the
it's really stylish.
Is pretty good over there. Wish I could pull it off. So we went to Shibuya. I went to Harajuku. That's not a place to go for me, because this one
if you're 14,
street.
it's good.
No, female and 14. It's diabetes. I didn't like crepes. They were far too sweet.
Yeah.
So you didn't copy Sugoi-sama's crepe?
No, I didn't.
The Mega Mario. Oh,
no.
You're not a Sugoi-sama fan.
Oh no, I like her, but it's more, crepes were not my thing. I didn't even buy one. It's like someone offered me a bite, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, crepes. I'm
my friends like, oh, you have to copy Sugoi-sama because you're her. She's your Oshi. You have to buy the Mega Mario 1,000 yen crepe. I'm like, okay. Then as soon as I eat it, I'm like, this is the worst thing I've eaten in my life.
That's nothing, dude. The food over there is great, but it's not well for my digestive system.
So how was the curry experience you posted?
Oh wait, Yo, what do you want to say first?
Like, that crepe was so big. It's like, I like crepes, but like, this is way too freaking big. It's like this big.
Yeah.
I'm like, why the hell did I do this?
So yeah, the curry. I wanted to do a curry challenge. Yeah. After night 1, I was like, I'm not doing a curry challenge, because it's the portions you can get at some places. I love Yoshinoya's, by the way. They were my favorite place to eat there. except for hamburger steak. We were at a place, I forget the name again. It was in Kyoto when we ate it. Yeah. But still, hamburger steak, awesome to eat. Very good. But Yoshinoya, we like, I had, you know, with the rice, meat, and with the egg on it, and what do you call those in English, actually?
Which ones?
Lenteuitjes. That's a Dutch word.
Scallion.
Scallion? Scallion, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Alright. So that was very good, but the problem is, the food is, it didn't fit well my digestive system. It just, I had so many times, like, we even clocked it every 2 hours. After I eat something, every 2 hours later, I had to go. It's like, it's time to release it. It's like, yeah. Still, the food is amazing over there.
Yeah.
But you have the special toilets, though. You know, like you press.
That's another thing. So I tested it out as well. Okay, when you first time experience it, you're like, what the hell is happening to me? So I sat down, and well, I'm surprised the seat is warm. And so I'm looking, you know, exploring, you know, new country. Oh, what are these buttons? So I'm looking at these buttons, and like, oh, so that's a sprinkle thing. You know what? Let's press it.
Oh no!
Like a jet engine. And I did not know that you had to press it again to stop it. I think it will end on its own. So I sat there for like maybe a minute. It's like, okay. You know what? What happens if I press it? Oh, it turns off.
Oh my god, that's the funniest I've ever heard. You know what's so funny too is it's so logical to just simply press it again and turn it off. But yet you just don't think that, because in Japan it's like the logic is so hidden from you.
Also, I know why they have that thing, because they don't do expensive toilet paper. They replace toilet paper there with sandpaper. It's just it's
like one atom thick too. It's like
no,
it's
but it's great. Yeah. It's just not nice, and I know you gotta get it clean. It's like, oh, it hurts. Well, speaking of another experience, again, you know, just call this episode no 48 talk. It's like there's no AKB stuff in there. Just my experience here.
It's fine, bro. We've been dying to hear about it.
We're almost an hour in already. Amazing.
Who cares? Let's just have fun.
So Gino ZX did a trick on me. He did it before once with Japanese food when I tried an umeboshi. That was horrible. And now he's like, here, have this energy drink.
Oh god! Don't tell me.
It's not in a can. It's not in anything. It's just like this little bag of stuff. It's like, okay, I'll try this energy drink.
Oh god!
Don't tell me you drank it.
So okay, he should have filmed it. He really regretted he didn't film it, because I gave a show of reaction to like everyone on the street in Nara. So I'm thinking, I'm outside, I'm opening it. It's energy drink, right? So I do cluck, 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 cluck. And it hit me. This is solid. I need to chew an energy drink. It's pudding. Oh no, it's like, I do not like Jello. It's like, it's in my mouth. I'm like, just going crazy on the street. You see. Like, there was this couple, and this woman just fell on the ground laughing because she saw my reaction of the drink. Gino had tears in his eyes. He was dying. I'm like,
I love it. It's too good.
So I'm like, okay, but he gave Mark also one, but different flavors. Like, he says, do you want to try mine? And I'm stupid enough. All right, let's do that. It was even worse. Just disgusting. I couldn't even. I need to force swallow it. Like. It's like, oh, it's so disgusting. People take these for fun. It's like, what? Energy drink. Just reminding myself, the taste is horrible. So yeah, we had a lot of fun on that side.
Well, okay, so but you met up with people too, though, right? I mean, like, I'm very curious to know about your meetups.
Okay. one more thing before I go to that. I went to Roppongi, not in the evening. Not in the evening though.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to see Music Station, and so I first went to Odaiba, to Fuji TV, because thinking maybe it's also over there. No, that's Fuji TV. You need to go to TV Asahi, and it's in Roppongi. It's like, okay. Well, it was so hot that day, 41 degrees or something, like Celsius. Almost dying because it was hard. Yes, yo.
Did you actually go to Keyakizaka?
I went to
in Roppongi.
I went to Keyakizaka Lane, I think it's called, right?
Oh.
Yeah. I saw the steps and everything like that. So that's pretty fun to see. But yeah, so I went to Roppongi while Music Station was happening. Then I get a message from Josh like, "Oh, Nogi's performing outside." I'm like, "Where? What building?" They were in Yokohama. It's like, you sneaky. But there was a beer festival. It was just fun to see. I did get a little lost. It's like, okay, so Google Maps helped me. So I was there. Well, you can't get into Music Station. There's no way you have a ticket like that. You can go outside. You're not allowed to stand in front of the building because they're shooting and you saw a crowd. So I'm thinking maybe they'll perform over there. They didn't. Sadly. Stop yawning. It's helping.
Well, sorry. No, so sorry. Go ahead. Long night.
But yeah, there was on the corner a Music Station broadcast by I'm not saying it right, Ameba TV.
Ameba, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Sure. And so yeah, I'm pretty tall compared to the rest, so I stood out, and they were filming, and I saw Golden Bomber. That was good to see. I saw Chemistry. I saw an idol group. I didn't know which one it was, but man, Woda's they were in there, and Woda's. I noticed they sacrificed so much, but too much, to follow their idols. Because there was this guy who was completely sick, and it's like he's dying, and he doesn't close well, but he gets to see his idols. Like, man, just take care of yourself first before you blow your money away on that. As soon as the idols were gone, they got up and they were like pushing, like bam, little rudeness, like just wait. You know, I'm pretty much a buff guy. Don't try to force me away because you won't win. And and this guy's like, oh, move. It's like, okay, just get my bag first, then you get to move, instead of trying to push me away, which you won't help. But yeah, at one moment, Exile Tribe came up, and I'm like, I'm gonna leave, because the girls were starting to scream, and it's like, okay, it's not for me. But I was on film. Sadly, it's a web show, so you can only watch it in Japan on the web with subscription. But yeah, my face is on there. So like, hey, I'm on.
Yay!
Awesome.
15 minutes to fame.
Yeah, but then I went home and watched Music Station with the guys and just drinking beer, and we were having fun. What the #1 song was, and apparently it's called by what's the band called again? It's called Ultra Soul, I think, the song. Something like that. It's a very old song, but very famous apparently over there because it's very catchy. Okay, so that was that experience. Pretty fun to see Music Station.
Very cool.
All right. So, yeah, I was in Tokyo, of course, and we have a friend there, Cristafari, and I messaged him. It's like, hey, I'm in Tokyo. Currently, we're at Tokyo Dome City Hall, and we met up. And Chris is a very cool dude, very cool to see in real life. He was trying to say, come to the Wasserman event,
of course, yeah.
And
to recruit you.
Again, it's like not again against Wasserman. It's just I just don't know much about her, so I have the feeling it'd be like I'm just there because I'm there. So maybe it could be interesting, but I had some other stuff planned. Still, we went to the British Hub. We had some cocktails because it was happy hour. Talked a lot, and then he went to the AKB Theater. And he won a lottery, and he got front row seats. So I'm like, yeah, it's like lucky because I'm standing beside you or something. I don't know. So he went to that show, and then we just walked around and went to Moss Burger. It's also pretty fun.
Chris actually wrote about that in his blog recently. It's a pretty cool write-up if anyone wants to check it out. So
good plug over there. All right, I think before I go to the last part of the trip, I'm gonna mention. Any questions on? Oh,
what?
I forgot the most important thing though.
Oh.
Because I also went to the AKB cafe.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Do tell.
It's big. It's nice to sit there. Biggest problem though, the food is garbage.
Yeah. Told
God, it's not edible. I went there 2 times, so I got the combo, the drinks, and the drink is fine. You know, get a coffee or something, and you get the things.
Yeah.
Who'd you get?
How many members do you think there are right now in AKB group? You would say
300 plus.
300 plus. Okay, so I got this one.
Ichikawa Minami.
Ah, okay. Nice.
I got the one with the beautiful voice.
Takeshi Miyu.
Yeah.
Nice.
Miu.
And this is heading your way, DX.
What?
Awesome! Wow, awesome!
The same?
How? they have literally multiple bins where they pull this thing out. They have like various sections. I was like, I did not get the same. How? It's like not against Bukinako, but why twice? And I'm thinking, trade? Anyone trade? Someone got Nachan? Oh no, they're keeping that one because Nachan is very popular. So yeah, what food did I get? So I got the Takahashi Juri chicken with rice, I think. It's not cooked. It's so undercooked. I was thinking, am I eating raw chicken right now? This is gonna be bad. I'm gonna die soon. And I just ate it. Like, I paid a lot of money for this food, and it's so expensive compared to where you can else eat for a lot better. So it was so bad. And then I went back for another night, just not learning. I got the dessert of Nachan, and it had coffee pudding blocks mixed. It was a chocolate parfait. I'm thinking, oh, parfaits are nice. This size of the glass is filled with cornflakes.
Yep.
And it's not even good cornflakes. It's very crunchy. Eating chocolate pudding or coffee pudding in the size, like, why is it so bad? Why do they purposely make it bad so people are like, I don't care? I saw these foreign family just came in and they had no clue what it is. I'm like thinking, oh, leave. You don't even know what it is. Just go save yourself. This is horrible food. But it's very nice. You can sit at theater, watch a theater show. I had the luck to see Nachan's birthday stage. Watching Nishino Miki announce graduation. I went also walked by Iwa. Tried to make a reservation, but Nishino Miki posted on her Twitter, I'm gonna be on Monday and this day and this day and this day. So it was sold out immediately.
Yep, pretty much.
Nishino Miki now doing showroom again. She's very busy on that side. Is she living, by the way, with Minagishi Minami? Because she's on there a lot.
I don't know actually.
I know there was some Japanese variety show that did I want to say like one of those like take your camera in her home deals, and she looked very much like she was living by herself because it looked like her place, but it was very small, so I would say no.
Still good for her to be busy. Okay, then now let's go to the main event. Unless there's any other questions about my trip.
Yeah, so you met up with Andy, right?
That's the main event.
Oh, that's the main event. Okay, continue then. By all means.
So, Andy is a very, very cool dude. Very, very cool dude because he offers like a lot of people, especially if you want, NMB, helpful with tickets to get there, to get in. And I was feeling bumps, like I can see. All of a sudden, I get a message, and that's why you saw the video last week, like a message from Andy. Hey, I can get you a ticket for the Nagoya show. Do you want in? And it's like, hell yeah. So yeah, he scored me a ticket. I went to Nagoya that day. This was my final day there. And it was pretty insane to see. There's like, I've been in trading card games like a lot. You can say this is a similar style. There's like this whole town built for, getting photos, getting merch. You see all people with books trying to exchange cards or sell cards or photo stuff. So it was pretty cool to see. And again, I'm the only foreigner there, so they were interesting, like Why are you here? It's like I'm staying there, waiting in line for Andy to show up. There was another dude called I think his name was Vladimir, and it was a Mexican guy, and he was also he went to an SKE theater show and he got in for some reason. But yeah, so now we get to the serious parts, and this is interesting. I think revealing this would be it blows my mind how this works, and this is not even the strict version. This is even the loose version. Also, I saw a guy get like a photo package, and he got her out of this, and he literally threw it on the ground, and I was like, that's very disrespectful. I'm gonna take it. So I took this picture just because. It's like she's still Kankuse, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone? No, it's mirrored, so I don't know.
It's it's blurry, so.
Yeah. Anyway, this went how it goes. So I'm about to reveal this, and I know I should. If should, then maybe later we'll edit it out. Okay. So the deal was in order to get in, you have to have a Japanese ID.
Mhm.
Yeah. So even if you're alone and a foreigner, you'll never get in because you don't have a Japanese ID. This case, however, for the Nogizaka's concerts and the keyakizaka concerts, one ticket, one person. In the NMB concert, it was allowed that one person could have two tickets, one for a friend, like a couples thing. So the idea was, one with a Japanese ID goes with someone that doesn't have a Japanese ID. We were with 3 people, I believe, and so we had to go to like this whole route, and my seat was actually upstairs, and Andy's seat was downstairs. But the thing was, in order for us to get in, we had to exchange seats. So the deal was, I was going to do downstairs first and then go upstairs later. Go in line, they check us out, and there's I'm just talking about this guy, and the feeling is, and we were talking about like a lot of Japanese people, the feeling is, foreigners, this is how the Japanese voters feel, foreigners don't deserve 48 group. Because they feel like you don't know the hardships or the part it is, so it should be only Japan only. And I think that's why management is also more focused on Japan only, or Asia more like that, because it maybe makes other people mad if they do foreign stuff. So it's very interesting to hear that. It's like the feeling is mutual. It's supposed to be Japan only, and I was just stunned to hear that.
Well, wait a minute. Who told you that?
So these were just the fans in the group, and these were like this guy knew English, and he was saying how the community how the community feels about foreigners. And it was a cool guy. He didn't hate foreigners or anything, but he was telling me what the feeling in the community of AKB fans is. And also, the rivalries between groups is still going on, because they feel like we're in Nagoya. That's actually enemy territory. That's how he said it. And not even as a joke. It's more like that's how it's feeling. So the NMB SKE, if you're just mentioning like 48 group, that's actually an insult. I didn't know that. So it's more, this is purely NMB, and you're supposed to be an NMB fan. So I'm actually very lucky I got this by accident, because it's an NMB towel, and I thought it was a Team 4 towel. So yeah, we got checked out. The guy showed his ID, and the ID is the same name on the ticket. And the security guy looked at me, and we did a whole check, He was like, okay, well, you're with him, so it's okay, but he didn't trust me at all. There are so many guards at every corner. There's like, you get hired just to be that guard on that spot, so no one can get past through. We were in, and then I had to do the switch with Andy. There was no way to go upstairs. Everything was, blocked off, taped off. I walked in through a hallway. I think I had a chance, and it's like, the guy showed up right away. It's like, oh, the bathroom is over there if you need to go. It's like, so I went, oh, okay, I can bathroom. Then texted Andy, man, I can't go up. And it's like, yeah, this is bullshit, stuff like that. So Andy was a little upset, of course, because the seat I had was a pretty good seat, to be honest, and it was not supposed to be that way. So yeah, security is very tight, and they don't like foreign people. And I think unless you cheat the system, then there's no way for foreign people to go in. This is also a thing I learned. So the whole ticket center thing, apparently, if you already have a Romanji name, you'll never get a ticket. You'll never go in. Because there's like a system. They know if it's in Romanji or something like that. If you're gonna write up in ticket center, write it in katakana. That's the only chance of ever, getting maybe in the system.
Chris talked about that extensively to me when I met him, about how like just to get into like the AKB theater, for example, or whatever, like you have to fill your information, and there's not enough room for his name. Like even if he did write it in katakana or like the proper hiragana, katakana, kanji, whatever, like there's not enough room. So he's had so many times to explain to these people, if you're gonna have me do it this way, you better give me enough characters for my name. Because they're just, that's even more to the point where you're saying they don't even expect you to have a normal English name. You like most Japanese names, they're not these long names. They tend to have 2-3 syllables, maybe 4 at the most. And like if you think about it in those terms, some American names have much longer names. And that's just American. I don't even want to get into like Dutch or French or anyone else. So it's not surprising me in the least what you're saying, and I don't even think we should edit out. I think it should be even more of what we continually talk about on the show, how like if we're going to be part of the international fandom, AKB should realize there is an international fandom, because there is. It may not be as big as the Japanese fandom, but that makes sense. We're not in Japan, but we have no access to the main events of what makes AKB, which is namely the concerts. So I think in that regard, Robin, like it's upsetting to hear that. But I also think it's also kind of like, yep, that's like every day. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, very much unfortunately.
And I noticed, by the way, in the theaters, because there was one day I was just sitting and I got a little too early, and I saw stuff that I was not supposed to see unless you have a ticket. Because at the end there's like, you don't have a ticket? Well, you're not supposed to be here. And it's like, oops. So when you get in, so it's okay. So basically, you apply for a ticket for a show. Then you get a lottery, to get the ticket, and you can pick up your ticket. Then there's also a cancellation checky, I think, or something. There's a name for it.
Cancel-machi.
Yeah, cancel-machi.
Cancel-machi, yeah. So there's a lottery for that, so you can show up later. So once you had that lottery, there's another lottery later for seating. So you're like your number, you get thrown in there, and they have like this whole thing, and they say, okay, now numbers this to this can go and have a seat on the front row or something. And then when the show is even busy, it's like there's another lottery for people to after encores has been passed, the show's over, you can say goodbye to them, wave. You're allowed to go in just to wave goodbye. It's like lottery after lottery after lottery. It's just this whole small chance to get in. There are a lot of chances, of course, but it still feels small to get in. And it just, AKB is very big. The whole 48 group is very big on that side. Even now, Nogi is pretty higher, and NK even higher, I think. And just hearing that, it really shattered a little bit on my idea, because I don't really like to cheat the system, but I have to if I ever want to see them, live on that way. And it feels saddened, but it was, if that's you want to do it, then we have to do it, I think. Maybe in the future it will change because the English side came up, and maybe next year they'll say, oh, now the overseas button will show up occasionally. But at this moment there are zero interest of letting overseas people in AKB.
The only way I would tell you that might be an exception to this would be if you're part of the fan club. And because that's the only way I was able to get the Takamina, her graduation concerts. I was part of the fan club. That's the only reason I got it. And they certainly didn't give me her graduation actual concert. There was no foreigners for that, to the best of my knowledge. I'm sure there were like some guest foreigners, like maybe they knew people, they had money, greased the wheels. But it's exactly that. Even goes more to the point what you're saying. Like, you cannot get into these major events unless you are willing to play the game and like either go in like you said with the way you and Andy try to do it, which props to Andy by the way for just being the man and doing it. I wish Andy would come on the show. He said he wouldn't, but Andy, if you're listening, darn it, come on, man, we love you.
He's currently in Taiwan at the NMB show.
Oh, wow.
We owe him so much because he is such a window into NMB, particularly into Milky and Saine and Nachan, because he has given us so many handshake reports from those girls. But anyways, that's another thing altogether. What I would say to what you're saying, Robin, is you either have to cheat the system, which is a very unfortunate thing, or the other thing is you could say, well, learn Japanese, learn how to write, and get an address in Japan somehow. Have somebody play ball with you there, and then you're set, because they will more. Look at Chris is a good example. He started. He got rid of his old account for AKB. He started writing a new account, this new address in Japan, all in the Japanese. He's gotten 4 or 5 shows now, including Cancel Machi also. Like that never happened prior. And then, when I told you last year, he was telling me, he's like, I've been applying every day for like 2-3 months straight. I haven't gotten one. Now it's pretty regular. So that is a definite.
It depends on what show it is, though. Because the Kankyu,
only got like Kankyu
the Kankyu shows are easier to apply for, because actually, and it's saddened to hear, like a lot of cancellations, or a lot of people don't show up, or not interested in the Kankyu shows, and why not? It's pretty good to see them.
A show is a show, man. If you're in the legendary Donkey Theater, which we don't know how long we're gonna have that for, we don't know what's gonna happen. If you have a chance to be a part of history, you go, even if it's Kankyu, exactly. Which by the way, that would be fun to watch. 1610 is killing it. They're crushing it. Chris has already found, like, Zunchan is like his girl. Like, he is like zeroed in, and it's like awesome because he already found that, and he wouldn't have done that had he not been in the theater to see this girl. Now he's developed an idol relationship with her. Now, I mean, this is what AKB should be about for everyone, but it's not unless you're willing to play the game. And I really sympathize with you. But aside from that, how was the concert?
Okay. By the way, we're already now at 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm saying it now for the people who are still watching. Well, you can see the timeline, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I still want to talk about the news actually this week. So this is
going do like a separate.
This will be This will be a longer show. This will be just a long show, and we'll try next week to shorten it. Then we'll be back to normal. Maybe change the format of the show, or the visuals of the show. I'm planning stuff for the future. But yeah, the concert. So I experienced something unique. So the overture happened, and I just went goosebumps everywhere. So because of the mix-up, there was no English people around me. So it's like I was with this guy, and I don't even know his name, and it was awesome guy. He was trying his best, like saying short Japanese words just to show me around, like very excited.
I know that feeling, cause like
same here.
But like I speak Japanese pretty well, so I was actually confident. It's like, oh, do you have your pen lights? Do you have your stuff here?
Yeah, he went like this, and also and I just said sugoi and tanoshi and stuff like that. The short little words over there. But yeah, overture happened, and so great to see. And they did the opening, and right away they did the MC part, and they're like, something's off. You know what? Let's start again. And they then went backstage. They did the overture again, and then they came out all cutesy, because it was Shigeru Miru liked it more stylish like that. The thing is, they the first part they were all dressed as Yankees, like Majika. Awesome. They also did the Majika Gakuen song, and seeing just Fresh Lemon on a little bike. By the way, where I was sitting, so I'm sitting here. That's why Andy was a little, steamed off, because the seats were incredible. Because where I was sitting, like, I'm touching the wall right now. That's the distance where I was sitting, and there was the stage over there, and there was this whole line, and went around the whole Nagoya Hall, where you saw at the Junkin how it looks, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I was sitting on if you have the stage in front of you, I was sitting on the left side, and then near the trail where they, at the Junkin came up. that part, those stairs. So it was very vocal point. But yes, they did a lot of running. They started out with the Mahardika Gakuen song and seeing them all like tough, and you know what? And Shiron was like, no, this is not an NMB feeling. Let's try the overture again. They came back. They were all cutesy. They all had teddy bears and like that. So we had the overture again. So I was really doing it again.
That's crazy. Oh,
so I learned the words. They came out, did the cutesy song, and then they're like, so who was it? I don't know which member it was, but she said like, well, this isn't NMB at all. So it's like, look at Sayane. And Sayane had like this big bow. And it's like, what? Am I not cute? And she's like, so it's like, yeah, it's pretty weird to see you like that. I'm like, we're doing it again. So they went back. Another overture happened. So we had 3 overtures. And finally they did the NMB style. And they were like ready to kick things off. That was just amazing. Just like, I never had a concert before where they did the overture 3 times, and
wow.
So it was incredible to see.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, so they did basically the normal routine. You do a few group songs, then you do MC, then you do the solos. Shiromiru had a beautiful solo. I don't know which song it was, but she looked amazing on the stage. Just like, this girl is really getting my attention, and her facial features are amazing. Just seeing her walk outside, just captivating. During a lot of songs, like a lot of energy, and people were standing on the stage, and because I'm tall, they were like pointing at me, or like a lot of direct hits, because you know I'm out there, you can see me absolutely. So
nice.
I saw a couple of times Sayane very up close. That was cool to see. She's actually not, she's almost the same size as Fresh Lemon. Didn't know that. It's pretty fun to see.
I was just gonna say, what did you think about the size of the girls? Now that you see it, like they're so small, right? Sayane is so short.
She is so tiny. It's weird to see. Shibuya Nagisa is gorgeous to look at. Always smiling, always happy. So they did their songs, and then this whole segment came, and this was weird. This took long. This was so long. I think an hour long in total. There was this. Mansai group came up. I don't know what name it was again. What was the name of the group?
An Angel or
no. It was something else with a D. I think something started. Can I look it up really quick? Well, I looked it up. In the meantime, so they did the show, and they had like they were all dressed up in like gym gear because they were going a relay race because they were gonna run around the stage. But first they had to do some quiz answering, and Shibuya Nagisa was the guest MC, while the Owarai group was doing the, or Mansai group that was doing the MCing. Just give me a moment, I'm just trying to be faster here. 22, oh here it is, okay, so what was, this is 22 September. No, this is Junken, so it should be earlier. I'm looking currently at the Twitter feed of Shibuya Nagisa. Alright, so what was the word?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking up, but I can't find it.
Do you have a date? I'll take a look myself.
Yeah, no, I'll try to link it. It's the 23rd of September, NMB 48 Arena Tour 2017.
Shibi. 26, 25.
Anyway, so they did the quiz, and it was pretty long, and you know, I don't know that much Japanese, so there's some funny answers, some rust, and a lot of cheating and stuff like that. Then they had the relay race, and just seeing the girls run, and it wasn't meant to be competitive, so it was like joking around. They did flips, they were running. At one point, some moments they were serious running, but it was just enjoyable to watch. A little long though, the quiz was a little too long. But yeah, they did that, and then they went to the final segment before the encore. Little groups songs, of course. They did their latest song, Singapore something.
Masaka Singapore.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing to see live. The moment they're all in line and they crosswalk, that's just every time I see it, it's crazy. So yeah, then encore happened. Oh, it was so long, the yelling encore, and my voice is pretty low, And I was thinking, am I the only one saying encore right now? The guy next to me was helping to sing, but it felt like in the whole stadium I was the only one saying encore. Like, you had the first encore, encore, encore. It's like something like so. I was the second one saying it all over. They finally came up, and they did Come On Gigs. And
nice.
Fire, rainbow lights everywhere.
I'm so jealous. It was Sayane Center.
Yeah.
Who was the other center? Because it's double, right? So it's Sayane and who else?
Shibuya Nagisa was the other center.
Shibuya.
Yeah. It's basically the top three right now. It's Sayane, Shiroma Miru, and then Shibuya Nagisa. Those are the top three currently in NMB, and they also revolve around that.
That's surprising because Fuchan, after her performance in the Junkin, you would think no, but at that time it makes sense, I guess. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I need to learn a lot more NMB names because there's one member I really like because she was so energetic. She came out at the encore and she was running because every time she was. Her position was at the end of the other side of the arena, so she had to run all the way for the song. But she was so energetic. She came out like so happy every time. At one point, she did a sliding and she stopped where I was sitting, and she just went bam, just like pointing at me. It's like, all right, you got me, I'm hooked.
Wow.
Just that one moment. Multiple times she came running by and just waved. So they did the encore. And I'm thinking, oh, that was sweet, now it's over. And the guy's like, no, not over yet. Like, what? There's a second encore. It's like, why is there a second encore? It's like, okay, but still. So they did another song, like a couple of songs, NMB known songs. And they ended, I think the last song was NMB 48, like that song, you know? That also NGT is singing like a lot. But it was an amazing experience. It like... Time-wise, they're very good on time. It took 3 hours, and then we had to go back.
Oh boy!
So the concert's over. Then this takes the longest, you know, because there are like how many thousands and thousands of people over there, and they all have to go to this one station that's taking you back to Nagoya.
Yep.
And I had an early flight in the morning, a very early flight. And then he's like, come eat with us. I'm like, I really want to, but I'm leaving very early in the morning. We had to get up at 6, and it was like 9 o'clock, and I still had to go from Nagoya back to Namba. So that was
wow.
I was getting tired. It's like, okay, it was a very, very good experience, very fun. But yeah, I had the Magic Rail Pass, of course, so it's like a little easier to get in. That's also a recommendation. If you're going to Japan, get the Rail Pass.
Yep.
You need it. You'll definitely need it. But that was the concert. It was an amazing feeling. I was so happy. And just because NMB, Osaka, and Namba, stuff like that, I am now more of an NMB fan because of those experiences.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I feel what you mean though, like, cause that's what basically happens every handshake event. Basically, like, as soon as the event goes, like it ended, like they usually end before 9, cause there's a thing like a curfew thing in effect, basically. So like before like 8, like around 8 to 9 p.m. during handshakes events, like the freaking station is packed. Like literally, like every single one goes home before 9 o'clock. I'm like, what the freak? So like, even thing though with Derek's, like, the one we went to with the Takamina Day 1 concert. Me and my friend literally waited an hour after the concert.
Oh, me too. I went to the Mossburger right by the stadium. I just hung out in the Mossburger, waited till that whole thing cleared out. And
I know,
like,
right?
There was no way. I didn't want to have some train guy be pushing me in with the mop and be like, "You're like."
Yeah, that's basically what's gonna happen.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. Didn't happen to me. I went in the train, and I had so much space.
Gaijin bubble. Yeah.
I had the Gaijin bubble, and it's like,
I get it all the time.
I saw people like standing there. Andy with the other guys were like tied in, and I was like,
oh yeah, guys in bubble.
Very nice.
Wait. So, but back to concert one. So, your favorite song and your favorite moment.
Yeah.
Favorite song, of course, is "Come on the Gigs."
Oh yeah.
Of course.
It was because the timing of it. It was the encore song, the first up, and normally you wait encore, and then you wait till something starts. You could see them lining up, so you think, oh, they're there, so we're going to stop over. And you just hear like, and they say, "Come on, gigs," and you're like,
goosebumps. Yeah.
I got so excited, and just every time "Come on, gigs," they went like, they first did Fire, so I was like, oh, Fire's always good, and they had like, so the stairs, they were like all in different primary colors, so red, blue, green, stuff like that. And then they had like this, every time during the center of the song, it went like a spurly of rainbow lights went through the crowd, and it just hit me in the face every time, and just and when it goes before the chorus goes from "Come on the Gigs," you have like that piano thing. The same thing with Escape. I never noticed this actually. It's the exact same sound they use in Escape from SKE. The rings, that stuff.
Yeah,
Come on the Gigs. It became total red, and it was cool to see. Just
nice.
Come on the Gigs was definitely my favorite song and the favorite performance. I think favorite moment of the whole event. I forgot to mention this because at solo parts. So. You guys can guess this. What song am I sick of? But I don't want to hear a solo song. That I'm like, why is this song so popular? I don't get it. Why?
What else again?
What song?
Okay, so no, it's because they were in Nagoya. They did a SKE song. Especially, okay, I'll make it down later. It's a Matsui Jurina song. Sayane, Diego, do you know the answer? Sayane did what song?
Akai Pinto, Professor.
Oh, God.
So the guy didn't understand my reaction because I'm like, I yelled out, "God damn it!" Because
Akai Pinto.
Yeah. But downside though, this song is not made for Sayane. Sayane's voice does not fit that song, so she did her best. It didn't feel right, so that's why I forgot to mention it, because it was like, yeah, that's the song. It doesn't feel like it's the song you're supposed to sing. But yeah, favorite moments. I think "Come on the Gigs" is still high because that feeling, the timing. And I did like, I don't know the member's name. I'm definitely gonna look it up. But she did sliding and just pointing me right away. That moment I got hooked. It was like,
awesome.
Oh, awesome.
Just
you got that feeling, right? It's the whole reason why the idol concept works. Well, okay, so wait, but did you? I guess what I wanted to know most of those, like, did you feel like at any point you're gonna tear up? Like you felt like the tears, like?
Yes, multiple times. There were actually, I think, at one point, watery eyes, just completely water, and then like. Squint it, keep it in.
Yeah.
No, I was so happy at just being there and seeing all the lights. It's very important. And he told me like, you're not a true fan if you don't have a light. So I'm like, yay, now I'm a true fan. And you see people with 3 lights and 5 lights. And I'm like,
I've seen 10, so yeah.
I have 11 now.
You have 11.
Yes, we discussed that, didn't we?
to be honest,
I'm trying to figure out where the 11th one was gonna go.
to be honest, this is an amazing device, and it's not that expensive.
Nope.
No, not at all.
I'm actually sometimes I'm using it like at home, just trying to find something. It's like, oh,
yeah, same here. Same here.
It's a flashlight basically. It's a freaking strong light.
Yeah, when you saw the Junkin with the panda guys, like, oh, that's a very eerie red light. Trying to find it there.
I have a couple now. I was just looking, but they're buried in all my junk here. Anyways, good.
No, but it was an amazing experience just to see that.
Wonderful.
It was perfectly to anti-vacation, and I'll definitely want to go back. If I'm going next time, I'll definitely learn more how to get tickets, or more do the Charaani stuff, because of the handshake event that I missed, of course.
Yeah.
Expert.
Expert, he says.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke you on that one, yeah, because I'm planning my trip in next year, so I'm gonna definitely poke you on that one. Because I need dates, man. I need dates.
We even had the whole episode of it.
Yep, I know.
Improv too, you know.
Yeah.
What I really want to know though is how the hell do you get into a keyakizaka concert or a nogizaka concert? I have no idea, and I asked something, and well, the Japanese people don't want to tell you, or basically you're not getting in because you need the Japanese ID. So I wish there was a way, but for all people listening, for foreigners, you have 0.01% chance, I would say, to get into a keyakizaka concert.
1% chance if you go to what I did, a festival, because they don't care who you are then.
At a festival,
you get in easily there.
No, but
that's it.
An official nogizaka or keyakizaka
forget
event.
It. Yeah.
So
forget it.
So our friend, Josh Box, Mr. Josh, he wants to go to the Nogizaka 46 in the Tokyo Dome. I really wonder if he gets in.
No, that he would probably have a chance, because they thing of Tokyo Dome that I think would be a lot easier is 54,000 seats. They're gonna take you, but it's I think Tokyo Dome, if I'm not mistaken, might have its own separate box office deal.
That's true.
Yeah,
they have their own box office. You can still get tickets over there. They have a whole city.
I think in that sense you're good. Yeah, I think in that sense you can, but don't quote me on that. But I know when I saw Perfume there twice, and it was very easy to get seats. I mean, it was like no big deal, and I actually got better seats not going through the fan club with Perfume than I did going to the fan club. The fan club actually put me in garbage seats, like up in the rafters, and when I didn't go to the fan club, I was able to get like really decent seats. So go figure, you know.
Well, maybe he gets I really hope for him he gets there, because seeing them then in the Tokyo Dome, it would be amazing.
Oh God!
Yeah, definitely.
How was the volume in there? Was it pretty deafening? Was it could you feel the bass and everything?
Oh yeah. It's very loud. It's very loud in there.
It's covered too, so it's not
what we experienced.
Yeah. That was so cold.
Because it was hot outside. They spray. That's what happens a lot in Japan. They have all these not air conditioning, but it's like dry
mist,
ice.
Right?
Dry
yeah,
ice.
It's like a mist. Yeah, it's like a mist.
Yeah. It's like the first time I got hit with it, what the hell is this stuff? But it's more it's refreshing. It helps.
Yep.
Yeah, I think one thing you can't tell when you watch the DVDs, especially in the closed hall areas, like when I've seen HKT and AKB and Makuhari, and it's closed, it's the bass and everything really resonates, and you feel it in your freaking bones, and it's pretty awesome when that happens. Although I will say, when I went to Takamina, I thought it was pretty friggin' loud, but I was pretty close to the stage, so that might have been it too. But it was it's overwhelming when the the beginning the overture, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm at a freaking AKB concert all these years, So good for you, Robin. I'm so happy you were able to experience it. Finally, now you join the club. So.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh man.
Yeah.
Very
definitely
good.
planning on back. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh no,
teammate.
Teammate.
8.
Awesome.
TV off, man.
Okay. Currently we're at 1 hour and 42 minutes. How about we talk about the news of the week then?
Oh man.
Okay. First off, I want to talk about is the fifth single from keyakizaka 46.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, stop. Me first.
Please.
Because last week you were talking about the positioning, and I'm signing with Techi on this side. The moment she got announced again, she was center position. You can tell her face. She's like, fine. She's like accepting it. She's like, no, couldn't care less for the center position. No, respectful. She's like, thank you for the position. Same for me. It's like, okay, it does not matter. It doesn't feel, and that's the thing right now, and that's maybe different. In keyakizaka 46 currently, the center position doesn't mean anything. It's not that special. I think what means more right now, and Josh mentioned in his video as well, front row. just being at the front row is or getting more airtime is that the center position is locked currently. Tetchi is even if Tetchi is not the center position, I would still, because she's so talented, she will still get most of the focus. So that's why it's now more accepting. She's like, all right. The fourth single, when she got center, we were like, all right, we're just now sick of it, and she was down there. But I think they found now a system, and it is with me. I don't mind she's a center again because she's that talented, but in keyakizaka for Zik currently, center positioning means nothing. All right. With that said, so they leaked the song by accident with the commercial, with the MV, of course. I gotta say, it's definitely what Josh also said, and Hat Bopper. It's like, it gives me a little jazzy feeling side, and it's happier. I like that it's happier. I love Eccentric. I think it's one of the best songs of the year. But this one is back to you a little bit upbeat, a little bit more happy feeling to their side. And of course, Chaos Sao is not that kind of feeling. But remember, Futari Saison was amazing. It's also one of their best songs, and it's also very upbeat and happy. So it's good to see that. I really can't wait for the music video because my God, they look so amazing in those suits.
Yeah.
And definitely, it's just seeing Tetchi smile is always happy for me. With those glasses on, with the looks, with the haircut, just pam. So compared to Fukuion, it's not better, but it's not a bad song. I really like the song, and I think it's a growing song. So you need to hear it multiple times, and then it will stick. If you hear it once, you can it's not that great. If you hear it the second time, I like this and this part. My favorite part currently in the song is when Tetchi goes do 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 do, just little bit in there, and good song, I would say. Who wants to go next? Because Derek, I think, wants to save it for last.
Yeah, I listened to it a couple of times myself. I'm curious about the video indeed. I think the song didn't immediately stuck with me, but I would say I need to listen to it a couple of more times. Maybe it will grow, but maybe not. Right now, I'm still in the middle about it, so I'm a bit. I'll reserve my definitive opinion if I heard the song more times, like 5 or 6 or 7 times, like that. So it still needs to go for me. So that's my opinion at the moment.
There you go.
All I have to say is Tetchi could do anything. That's why she's called God Tetchi in Japan. So
yeah.
Yeah, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
God Tetchi is all I say.
She's unbelievable. She can make anyone a fan. Okay, so I'll just say this: I love the idol world, and I'm very hard to please when it comes to music because as a musician, I see right through the garbage. I see right through the thinly veiled chords and stuff because it's just I know a hit when I hear it. This is a hit. It is. It's something that obviously was good enough for a CM. It's better than anything I could ever write. So I'll give him credit in that regard. That even at a base level, the song is extremely well constructed. I've listened to it 5 times, and I made sure that I wasn't just basing my opinion on, like you said, first listen, and it's easy to dismiss. But when you listen to stuff over and over, it may tend to grow on you. This is definitely the worst song they've ever put out, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe their second single might rival it, because that wasn't very good either. But I would say they don't do Happy for me. Happy is not what I'm going to them for. I don't want Happy from them. I want Silent Majority. I want Fukuon because those are totally original, not what you expect. And even Futari Saison, that's a minor key song. It's not Happy. It's minor key. there's no major chords in that really. The chorus is very minor. So I would say yes, overall it is Futari Saison is very pleasant. It's very the content seems it's very natsukashi, fall and stuff, and I get that, but it's still a sad as heck song.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't use the right word. I didn't mean happy. I mean uplifting. It's more like airy song.
Okay, sure. I'll get it, but it's done right. It's done right in the sense the chord, the hook for that chorus is solid gold. Okay, as far as this song, I didn't hear a hook. I mean, yeah, there is one, but it's so weak. I was thinking, did they just hire the people that've been writing the AKB songs to write the song? Because honestly, it's an AKB song. It's not a Kea song. But I will say this. Yes, the girls look amazing in their outfits, but I also felt like I was looking at like a bunch of Mayus in the Danso competition. Like it's like the way they looked. Like I'm sorry, that doesn't do anything for me as a male fan. I'm not into girls dressing like dudes. I'm just not. And don't get me wrong, it's funny and cute when an idol does it, and I'm all about it in that context. But if I'm saying that's the reason why I like this song, that's not a good enough reason for me to like the song. Like some of the AKB singles, I'll support, as weird as it sounds, almost because I like the video. Because the video had like something to it. There was an appeal. There was something about it. A lot of the coupling songs in a recent AKB singles is a good example of this. I may not necessarily like the song, but I'll watch the video any day of the week because the video is so creative. I'll give them props for being creative here, for getting all these girls to dress like Ikemen, and they certainly do it extremely well. And Tachi, just again, she's like Yayo said, she's God. She pulled it off beautifully, but it's not for me. I want to see these girls whipping ass like they do in Silent Majority or Fukuon, or I want to see them dress sultry or like bring out their woman side to them as much as they can, being young teenage idols. But I would say even that I need a good song, something that hooks me. Honestly, from a musical standpoint, it's definitely on par with the worst. Or the second single I'd say is probably the worst because that's totally not memorable. But in defense of Kea, every group has ups and downs. You cannot, when you're coming off of, it's like when 9 Inch Nails came out, when Trent Reznor put out the Downward Spiral, and then he followed it up with the Fragile. Yeah, the Fragile was cool, but nothing will ever touch the Downward Spiral. That is one of the most iconic classic albums in history. And then Kea came out with that already. Fukuon, you can't touch that song. It's probably one of the greatest idol songs I've ever heard. It's the best song of the year still. I have not heard anything remotely close that comes to it. And you can't follow that up with something unless you top that.
That's the thing. The bar has been set by Kea, and to be honest, yes, this song they put out now, it's below their bar. It's not a bad position to be in, but compared to their track record of songs, it feels lower. And again, with the second single, I like the song. It's not a bad song, and I love the yelling, and it's more.
The two points to that effect. One, very quickly, and this is my opinion. I'm being it's everything's subjective. Like I love that you like it. I love that people are taking to it, and then there are a lot of people that really are praising it. That's great. I want Kea to succeed. I'm a musician. I'm very hard to please, so you have to understand. I'm coming from that world. But number two, this song really also just sounds like a song for a commercial. Doesn't sound like it's meant for a Kea album. Like it just feels like, okay, let's sell out a little bit. Let's make some money. Let's get Kea some more money in the coffer. Let's make a song that's perfect for a backdrop for that. I mean, Fukuon, you don't hear that in a CM. I mean, you do, I guess. Maybe it is. I don't know if there is or not, but I don't. That's a song that is an anthem. It's like Silent Majority. How many people all over the world covered Silent Majority? How many people all over the world reacted to Silent Majority? You know how many people are going to react to this? Only those that live in Japan. No one's going to care about this song.
That's another thing that happened while I was in Japan. So apparently the performance of Eccentric got viral. So people are now.
That's awesome.
So now they're like, oh, what is this band? They dance so weird. So you're saying Fukiwayon is the best song currently for me. It's just Eccentric. Eccentric has. Cool. Eccentric, awesome. Just because of the lyrics, it helps. That's the difference maker between what I like about makes it the best song for me, because the lyrics of Eccentric are so just amazing. They speak so well, much to me in a personal manner. So that's a spoiler for December coming up.
Hey.
I'm planning in the future. But yeah, again, Takahiro will shine again with choreography, and that's what they're made for. The songs are great, but the choreography is always the one that's
ridiculous.
Yeah,
amazing.
So
Definitely.
it depends what the choreography for this. We saw it in the CM a little bit, but it's like watching a movie in the middle of it, and you don't know what the premise is and how the end is. So we'll see. The MV is going to be very important to make this song a definite hit, or it will be an okay song. And of course, the coupling songs. Who knows what happens over there?
Well, I would say for an idol song to really work, it has to be the perfect storm of three things: a good song with like great hooks, I'd say a good MV and a good choreography. And then if you want to add a fourth, you could say good lyrics too. For me, lyrics are the least important for anything I listen to, not because it's in Japanese. It's just, I don't know, I'm a musician, so I listen to the music. But I will say this, Fukuan had every single component covered perfectly, and everything was covered. Some of the KS songs have hit 3 out of the 4 or 2 out of the 4, and that's enough to still be incredible. But when you hit a song that's kind of right now maybe 1 out of the 4 for me, I don't know. I just can't get into it, but I'm so happy to hear that you like it, and especially when going back to Eccentric, that's really interesting because to me the music's good. I mean, I definitely like it. Lyrics so for me doesn't really speak as much to me. Maybe it does to you, but the choreography is like A+. I've never seen anyone take a shoe off and throw it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just like that's original.
And I always rant on I don't like rapping. For some reason, it's not rapping.
It worked on you, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
It's not rapping in Eccentric, but it's still not singing. So, but it works in Eccentric. It works. It follows up great. It has a build-up. It has everything for it. So that's why. But we'll talk about that more in December when we'll do our list again.
Oh yeah.
This time with more categories or more groups. A special category for keyakizaka and a special category for nogizaka. So, not hearing much from Derek on that side.
For me, I'm just looking forward to the Junkin single, Ferris, Ice.
Oh yeah.
Me too. Can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. Or not.
Anyone else still talk about keyakizaka, 5th single?
Nah, I'm done.
Okay. Kizaki Yuria had her graduation stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kawe Arena showed up. Made fun of Anin dancing still like a robot. A little sad, she's still... Kisaki Ria, for the Japanese folks, they had a bad rep. She didn't deserve Senbatsu, stuff like that. I think Kisaki Ria was a fine member, very entertaining, very, I would say hard-boiled, a bit tsundere, but also very lovable. I think the movement from her SKE to AKB was great for her, in terms, she was vice captain of Team 4, and when it started again, and then she became captain of Team B, and always be there for like a lot of members, and she was always. Management said she was deserving in Senbatsu. Fans didn't agree. Well, still, I get her. I get why she was high on the list. She had like a lot of character, very fun to see on the show. Yeah, performance was great. Nothing else happened on that side. We had another graduation announcement, of course, with Team 4.
Yeah.
The 15 Gen. Remember, it's still the time. You can still decide from. I think school started right recently in Japan again. So,
yeah, I think so.
You can decide now. You know what? I'm going to change careers or anything that comes in between.
She was staling anyways. I mean, she didn't. I mean, again, she's another victim of. We have a great member. We have no idea what to do with her. She had a moment in the early, I think, a Junkin a year ago or 2 years ago, where I was like, "Who's this girl?" And she really like popped out. I think because of her cosplay. But other than that, I can't even think of something really about her that contributed to my even knowing who she was, other than she was in the team you mentioned. Like it's just she's a background member, and it's unfortunate because I have a feeling she could have done a lot more, like all these other girls. We talked about that extensively last week. Sad to see her go.
So I'm reading the news thanks to our friend Paul at jshowbiz.com. I didn't know that. We're speaking of best song then. keyakizaka 46 wins the MTV VMAG 2017 Best Buzz Award.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, happy for him.
Well,
really happy for them, man.
Yeah, with what song did they win? Is it with Fukuion?
It's Fukuion, yeah, of course. Yeah. Come on. You gotta bring out the big guns. You're gonna go to MTV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ino Miyabi, I think she's actually pretty pretty though. Like,
she's gorgeous. Yeah.
She's gorgeous. I saw her like 5 times during the handshake event that I went to, and like she's just so amazing with fans too. Like, I still don't get why she didn't get pushed as much. And
because because being gorgeous in AKB doesn't get you far, because everyone's gorgeous, and you gotta have something else, and even being friends with fans doesn't matter. Look how many girls are awesome with their fans, like Caltime, but yet she can't even make Kami 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it doesn't matter. Like, there's something else you gotta have, unfortunately.
No, she's actually amazing in handshakes too. Like.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, cause with Mako, right? Like, I had a 2-shot with Mako. Like, she just with Ino, she's like she's literally on your shoulder. I'm like, oh my god, I should have gotten a freaking handshake with Ino. I'm like, oh my god.
No, but that's what I was saying. It's like even that doesn't seem to be as more important in terms of like Sasenkyo as you would expect. Because it's like I've met some of these girls now. I'm thinking like, why aren't you in Senbatsu? You are the best handshake ever, and they can't even come close. Otherwise, Tani would be the center. She'd be the ace of AKB right now. Because she's probably the best handshake person next to Kawatan. As far as like giving you your money's worth and not caring about anything, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have more.
I'm speaking like from Goto Moe. Like she's freaking packed in handshake, but she only gets 70 in the Senkyo. I'm like, I was expecting higher. I'm like,
oh, me too.
I'm like, what?
Okay, Derek, I want to have your opinion on this though. So Takahashi Minami had her second single sold on the first day, 5,000 units. What's your take on that?
I'm happy for her, but I just think it's a waste of her time. I don't know. I mean, she hasn't even has she been part of the conversation at any point in time in AKB for a while now? I mean, she pops up. I see her here and there, but I think she doesn't have a good voice, so I don't feel like being solo artist is gonna work out for her, no matter how many singles she puts out. And B, like, I mean, I'm happy she sold 5,000. I mean, that's great, good for her.
5,000.
But I'm just saying in general, good for her for selling even one CD, because I don't know how she got past that. To be honest, I don't mean to be so mean, but I think that's very misplaced usage of her talent, in my opinion. She was never a good singer. She was a great leader, and she has nobody to lead now. So, will she put out a third? That's the question.
She's still busy on the TV shows, and I believe the Mirai Monster Takahashi Juri is there on their weekly as a guest.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem right there too, Robin. She's busy with this. Devote yourself to something. If you're just putting out a single casually, then why, as a fan, should I just casually support it? It's like, devote yourself to something that you're really good at. The exception would be if you're like one of those girls that has like an amazing voice, and you could just toss out a single whenever you felt like it, like aka like Nami Amuro or Kumikoda or Utada Hikaru. They could put out a song any day of the year, not do anything for 10 years prior, and everybody would love it because it's them, because they're known for their voice. She's not known for her voice. If you're gonna show me you worked your butt off to be a great singer, and you're following up not just with a single but with an album, then let's talk. But until then, it's like, good, okay, thank you, but I want to see you lead somebody, because that's what you're really good at.
All right. I got one more thing to talk about. Before I do that, anyone else have something they want to mention?
Nope.
Okay, so we do need to talk about this, and all of my Twitter feed has been lately this stuff.
Oh god.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. She's cool. Okay, she's cool. I'm just gonna say that, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't watch this showroom live because it's in the god-awful hour of 4 o'clock in the morning in the Netherlands, usually as he streams. Maybe if she's gonna do today, I can watch it live and interact. Amaki Sally from the 22-7 group.
Yeah.
That's the group names? 22-7?
Nanabun no Nizuni.
Yeah.
Okay, never saying that again. Yeah, I get she's funny. She's again, what we say, she's gorgeous, but you need something. How about, being one of the people? That always helps. Being interactive, doing memes, being an internet person. And in Japan, apparently, they don't do memes or follow things such 9gag or do jokes, or she even dabbed on screen. So it's more like,
oh boy,
you always get hooked by an idol fan, but if you count in, she's speaking to the international fans because English. Not only that, she also is speaking to the internet.
Yep.
International fans. So this is just a perfect match. We when we talk about Nozoru and how amazing he is because of English, and then when they go to Rara, this is a step even higher on that. And not to be biased, this is only appealing to us. That's why it's all blown up right now, because this is an idol who is appealing to the foreign guys. And maybe in Japan it doesn't fly well or suits well. But she knows it, and she loves it. She loves doing the showroom, and then just reading your text in English and just doing weird stuff. I think she did a Naruto run at one point, just running side to side. And now, the smart thing is, though, she brought in other members of the group. And that's money, because now you're actually... she's forcing you to like the other members, not just only her for her internet and stuff. And that's what I was afraid of, just because she's into memes and just speaks English doesn't mean she's like, she would be praised for this. But yeah, she's funny, and I get why she's very appealing. And hey, apparently she watches a lot of also international stuff, because she used to be a fan herself, or she's still a fan. Doors open, you know where to contact me. I still have that email, but I'll put it up here. podcast48talk@gmail.com. If you want to do collaboration, sure. I'll just put someone in, and then we have a good episode, I would say. Collaboration, let's do it.
Yeah, is she in LA right now?
No,
right,
Japan.
No, Japan. She's
in Japan.
No,
yeah, sorry,
she used to live in LA.
Right.
And
she's born in LA.
Used to live in LA, born in LA, and she's now, but she is Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's half.
No, she's full Japanese.
But she's been
she's
born.
Full?
Yeah, but she's born in LA.
LA.
But her parents are from Japanese descent.
Okay. So here's the thing, like two things. One, you took the words out of my mouth. Like, if she's watching, or we should really make an effort to get her on. I mean, why not? I don't know if there's a contractual thing for her to do this like this.
There is.
There is.
There probably is. Yeah. There probably is. Well, I was thinking because she's in the lesser idol group, I guess. I don't know. It's 20.
No,
I don't even know.
They're actually growing. So it's like, when did they start this year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they're still fresh and new and stuff, but they're also performing now. Remember when No Sleeves was doing the performance on AK Bingo with the glasses and stuff like that? That hall. They recently performed in that hall, so they're at that level.
Oh, good. Oh, okay. Well, I would say this, I feel like the American side of her, I guess, or the English speaking side of her, is I feel like when you meet a Japanese girl who, what's up, yeah, just like just a random thing. So typical yayo. So when you meet like a Japanese girl who speaks fluent English, especially in the idol world, like let's say like Goto Rara, I wouldn't say she's fluent, but she speaks really good English. I think in the Japanese minds of girls that are bilingual, like the Japanese side prevails in the sense that like that's the more dominant side. It makes sense to live in Japan, whatnot. I feel with Sally, the American side prevails. I feel like she's more like I'd be speaking more to a American teenager. I don't even know how old she is, but I think versus like a Japanese idol, if that makes sense. And that's where I'm sort of ambivalent about her at this point. But I am very much in love with the fact that she's very in tune with the international community. I think that's wonderful. But will it go anywhere is my question. And also, what side will win out in her life? Will it be the Japanese side or the American side? Because when I hear her speak American, she sounds really American. Like
no accent at all. No accent at all.
Well, no, just her expressions.
Yeah, exactly.
She sounds like somebody I could see at a McDonald's here, and that's. I don't want to say that's creepy to me, but it's also just because creepy is too strong word. I would just say it's awkward because it's more like when they're Japanese. I don't know why this is, but it's okay, I guess, to talk to them even though they're younger or something. I don't know. That probably doesn't make any sense. And there's no justification I have it for. I'm just saying, like with her, I would be curious to see what side of her wins out, and also what side I would be most. I don't say attracted. That's just. That I'm interested in.
I think Josh put it in his video perfectly. He said it feels like a friend is becoming, popular right now.
Yeah, it's more like there's no barrier there in a way. Like in a way,
it's too close.
It's more like she literally could be like a neighbor, and I'd be like, oh hey Sally, how are you?
Yes.
Oh by the way, you have a show. Versus like when they're an idol, they're on a pedestal. Just by the fact that they're an idol. She doesn't feel like an idol to me in that sense.
That's the thing. It's never been done before, so that's why it feels so weird to us. It's more like, you're an idol? That's the idea.
Yeah.
So it's more like I feel like I'm just having a chat with someone, and that's amazing to have that, but we never experienced before, so that's why it feels weird.
Yeah.
Right. And here's the weird part. We've wanted this for so long.
Yeah, and now we're like, well, now
Wait
what?
a minute.
How do we cope with it? How do we cope? How do we cope?
This is what it feels like. Yeah. But we've wanted this, haven't we? We've wanted like an idol that can cross that, that can be the bridge for us.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I don't know if I want to cross the bridge.
I'm just gonna say. Just watch your showrooms because there are people on Twitter who post like the highlights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I already saw like someone retweeted what someone else said. It's like, oh, your guys are now on the Sally bandwagon, and I was there before. It's like, come on.
Oh, come on.
You should be happy. She's like getting a recognition. Okay, it sucks that you want to keep her to yourself, but it's more like just enjoy the fact she's getting the attention. She's now viral in the idol community, and I hope that actually now 22/7 is going to be like getting bigger because of this. Who knows? Maybe you get a trip in LA. Sally coming home, and then you have like this whole concert you can go to.
Yeah, she could be a guest in Anime Expo because she's basically a seiyuu.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so.
I'm all for it.
I'm hoping for good things.
Yeah, me too. I will say it's like regardless of what you said, I am all in support of any idol. Period. And as long as their heart's in the right place. Sally's having fun, and that's at the end of the day. I'm very happy she's enjoying herself, and she's making us all smile and laugh, even if it is a little weird that we're smiling and laughing at this point. Because you said because of the friend factor. But I will say this. I wish her all the best, and I really hope she can be like more drawing attention to all of us that love idols that are not Japanese and want this to happen. So, and also too, like I echo you, Robin. Sally, come on our show. Come talk to us. We would love to have you. So if you're listening,
door is open.
Door is open.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've been going on long enough.
Longest. You were just upset at me. You're like, the shows are really long. Look at this one.
Yeah.
Longest
ever. We'll put a timestamp in the bottom, I think, where the news starts, and maybe
this is going to be needed. Yeah, it's going to be needed. Yeah.
Okay.
I had fun though. This was such a fun episode. It was so great to hear about your experience.
Yeah.
I would say recommendations. Watch keyakizaka because that is so funny. They're doing the mozzarella cheese bit, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I laughed out. They're also like wearing their new outfits. It's again someone found out. It's still with the like the army theme. They are now wearing the the World War II parachute vests.
Oh, nice.
It's combined in their school outfits, so it's like still the army school style. Plus, a lot of them have different hairstyles. So we saw Tetsuya, we saw Suzumoto. Now Shida has like this. I would say
my girl.
reddish, reddish pink hair. I would say.
It's my girl.
It's pink. Well, it looks great on her. So it's just everybody's looking a noob, and like Habu is now front row, and Habu is so cute, beautiful and cute.
Oh yeah.
So
I totally forgot to say that. Congrats, Habu. Like she's so adorable. And when I saw her got picked, and she was like, I don't know what to do. It's like, I love you, Habu. Like you're the best. One of our fans is really into Habu too on our comments, and I was like totally like screaming like, oh my god, like who's Habu? And then I realized, oh, that's her. And because it took me a second, and then I was like, oh my god, I've loved her since the first one when I saw her because she's just adorable. And now she's in the front row. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's my recommendation to watch. Nogizaka Under Construction is gonna have their 19 single ceremony, and I saw some clips. I still need to watch the episodes. Yeah, that's the recommendation I would say. Anyone else?
For me, it would be the new Nemos Therapy app. It's a continuation of last week with the whole 15 Gen camp, and
oh, cool.
It's really fun and nice to see them bonding together. And do you remember the Nemos app with Akimoto Sayaka being the fire goddess?
Oh no.
Is returning, and I'm not saying who is the fire goddess is. I'm not saying it.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
So that's my recommendation.
I have an idea who it is though, but nah.
Oh, do give a guess. Do give a guess.
Whoever, like Miyabi is like the most fitting one to do it, I think.
I'm not gonna respond, but you have to see for yourself. You have to see for yourself.
All right, yeah.
So yeah, that's my recommendation.
Like AK Bingo is the only show in all night Nippon, basically. Oh, and all the showrooms. Sally's showroom, basically.
Yeah,
Sally. Yeah.
To be expected. Yeah, expected.
Yes.
Derek?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I just got I want to encourage people again, go read Chris's blog, Cristafari's blog at Chuo Dori International Woda, Chuo Dori. Like he's really been going to a lot of idol shows lately. If you want a really good education and like just some great idols, plus a bunch of stuff about the AKB shows he's attended, he's been on fire lately with his blog entries. Also check out Josh's new stuff. He's also been doing a really great job. He put out a Tomochin book preview that was ridiculously good and very well constructed. And of course he's just good in general. Yo, go ahead. Those are just mine, by the way. I don't have any more others.
We forgot other news. The D2s have been promoted.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Oh God, yeah, that's right. Yeah, but that's a whole other discussion because we could really get into why that's.
Let's save that one then for next week.
Yep.
Basically, it's all right. It's like every time. Because I like Team 4, I like Chiba Eri, and it's like every time she announces that she draft Kankyu, she's like, no, you're not. It's like it's so much. You've been into single hits. Like, Kankuse, it's just a formality sometimes. You start out as Kankuse, but after a year, I would say you're not a Kankuse anymore. Still, congrats of the promotion. How convenient.
Yeah.
All right. With that though, at the mark of 2 hours and almost 18 minutes.
Oh my god. Oops.
This has been 48 Talk for this week. We'll see you next time. I'm glad to be back with all these
glad to have
jobs.
you.
Glad to have you, man.
Let's do it together.
Let's do this again. Jojo, oh yeah.
What?
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.